Hey guys, how are you all doing? Yeah, after I had a difficult and weird week with my grandpa dying last week, and me spending pretty much all the week with family and my aunts and uncles and cousins, and his funeral on Friday, and we were really close. I really appreciated my grandpa as a big role model. He shared a lot of great values with me. I think, in fact, a lot of values that I derive from him lead me to the fact that I'm working in a capacity as a tinnitus coach, as someone who wants to help the community and the people out there with a condition that I experienced myself. He had asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, so COPD, for a long time. And he's been working in self-help groups as well. And I think I always saw how open he was about his difficulties, and that encouraged me to be the same way, and even take it one step further with my podcast, interviewing scientists and people who really know the space of tinnitus and have tried what works and what doesn't work. So I really want to continue to build on his legacy and his holistic desire to help the people. I in the little post that I shared about him and my memory of him, is that whenever he came home in the evening after already working in a management position in a company for men's clothing, he came home in the evening and he would do jobs for the family and friends, like alter trousers and change wedding dresses, and he would hardly ever cover more than the material costs. And everyone was amazed by his ability and skill. And I wish that one day people say as much about my ability and skill of coaching so many people and providing this online platform with mytinnitus.club that so many people can enjoy and holistically use in order to get better with their tinnitus. So I hope in his legacy and in his memory, I can continue and I can succeed in bringing you guys out there the best help with tinnitus. As someone who, and a lot of you guys know this, is deaf on one ear and has a hearing aid and a severe high-pitch tinnitus on my other ear, I know what it is like to go through with life with hearing difficulties and also with bothersome tinnitus for quite a while. But I also know, because I have seen it and I have now coached a lot of people, and I'm providing my online training program, and I know that it is possible to live a life without a miracle cure that you have to look up every single day. And that it is possible to completely change and transform your relationship with tinnitus through a few things that you can establish, and a few programs and protocols that you can use based, for example, on CBT and acceptance and commitment. Really acceptance and commitment, working with spider phobia as well, for example. So in a way, like spider phobia confronts the spider, you confronting your tinnitus. And in that, you transform your tinnitus. And I experience my tinnitus all the time. So when I go outside to a 4-lane street now, I can hear it if I want to, but I don't want to. I don't perceive it. But this is a process, but you can speed up this process. So you can follow these programs, you can follow these things, these protocols. So I'm really, really happy if you go check out all the resources that I have, that I'm always sharing. I'm creating them, and in the next few weeks, I'm creating them often with a little story about my grandpa, because I think it's very relatable. A lot of his story is also about suffering, but a lot of his story is also about resilience. Creating things despite the worst conditions. He grew up during World War II. And so I would really encourage you to check out, keeping all of this in mind, that I have this holistic approach, that I have these values that I stand for, and that I want to incorporate that and help all of you guys to really transform the way you experience tinnitus, the way you suffer from tinnitus, and that you don't have to suffer for that matter. Yeah, check out my podcast. It's the Outring Tinnitus podcast on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and so on and so forth. Please go check out mytinnitus.club. That's my tinnitus coaching platform that's going to get a big relaunch right now. A structured 10-minute videos on tinnitus. I want to offer to all of you guys here in Facebook my personal setup session. So if you're interested in mytinnitus.club, send me a brief message and I will help you to set up the platform for you so you can get the most out of mytinnitus.club and the membership. I thank you all for so much support, for so many nice messages and comments around my grandpa, about so many things concerning his legacy, and I will continue to create content, and together we'll remind ourselves of what he meant, at least for me, and how we can carry this into a most positive context. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.